Are you ready? I'm not gonna go.
Ready? Yeah,
Are you
we're ready. We're here.
ready?
Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Tis us, the crew of the Gloved Molotov, and their Dungeon Master, or Space Master, you might say, here for episode 66 of Space Shenanigans on an actual planet. They're really excited.
You sound very unsure.
It's gonna be fine. I'm just thinking to myself, whole bunch of stuff, but that's fine. God damn it, Mikhail. I need to not look at the flipping chat. I'm moving this thing over to where the chat is. I'm not paying any attention to what it is that you say to each other because it's honestly very distracting. And I don't have as good of a like deadpan face as
no regret.
Fine. I'm going to start running a game of Stars Without Number. Has anybody got any objections to this?
What?
9.
I was too distracted by 69.
Oh my god. Children.
Yes.
Literal children.
Children should not be into that. That's more of an adult thing.
I am herding cats.
You are, but we love you. Don't worry, you get to be a herded cat soon. No explanation further.
I will bend. I will bend the arcana of this world to my whim.
No further comments.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay, whatever.
Nothing yet to be announced.
Let me go.
Spoilers.
Cyberpunk City. That's a good vibe.
You've obviously never played Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh.
Cyberpunk is not a good vibe.
That's a lie.
So that works. When last we saw our party, they had gathered back together and were having some interesting interactions with one Sparks, the potentially too curious for his own good tech support as part of the Resistance. They found that he had been hacking the Milan, and people took offense to this. So after he had many separate conversations with a lot of the party who all had things to say, the conclusion was that he should apologize to everybody and try and be better, which he is currently working on.
Sorry, forgot to
Following
laugh.
that, all good. What else happened? Like, you guys got back together, and you were all like, what do? Oh yes! Brain, there was a thing with Darius. How could I forget?
There's always a thing
turns
with
out
Darius.
Turns out Darius left a remnant of himself inside the core of Primal, and Pym was able to use his AI nature to interface with it temporarily, and realize that the more they attempted to converse with Darius, the more memories he would try and write, resulting in more old ones being written over and ultimately corrupting him as an individual. So they were able to extract the data required for the immersion from this version of Darius, and have set aside the plan to try and interface with him again properly at a later date when they have access to superior computing power and some cyberware to support the job. After that, the party piled into the party bus. Well, it's not a party bus, it's a mission bus that has some cool features, including a holographic exterior that can hide people from stuff. My brain is working great, you guys. Have you noticed?
Yes. Super great.
After driving around for a good 20 minutes to just avoid being tailed and changing disguises several times, you arrived at a workshop where the ruse of a workshop was used as a front for an immersion drop point. They had a conversation with an agent there called Ismail, who was able to provide some much needed information about their target, Yakub Hanna, in exchange for the information that had been collected by Darius. He gave them He gave the party his contact number should they need to reach out to him again. And in turn, Catalina asked Molly to share with him a very alarming psychic recollection, to which he immediately panicked, ran away, and drove off. Which I'm sure is fine. After that, the party began making their way back to their headquarters, but not before placing a phone call to a contact that had been recommended to them by this Ismail, an individual who had been instrumental in collecting some of the information that they had received about Jakob Hanna, and who was thought of potential use to them if they could hire him for the right price. They placed a call and heard like a French, Spanish-sounding gentleman on the other line who was probably in his downtime and was having a bit too much fun. But they managed to persuade him to pay a visit to their local coffee shop, which I'm very tempted to just name the coffee shop the Killing Floor, because that's basically all you use it for these days. Is just to lure people out.
You make it sound like sociopaths, God.
Once was enough, you guys.
And only 2 people were involved in that murder.
Uh-huh.
The rest of us were just involved covering up their mess.
I like to think only one person was involved and the other was dragged in as an accomplice.
I'm sorry, guys, but you aren't really you aren't really convincing me at all with what you're saying. Anyway, you guys are still in the party bus, making your way back to the old folks' home. But you have also made a request to rendezvous with this gentleman in the near future, which he sounded all too capable of doing. So, what do you do?
I suppose start getting ready to go to the coffee shop.
Okay. Are you planning on stopping by the old folks' home before you go to the coffee shop, or just go directly there from the bus?
How far away is it from the old folks' home again?
It's like a few blocks. It's a pretty quick walk. It's where you guys have been favoring it as a location.
Yeah, Darius initially chose it based on proximity.
There's the old folks' home. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'll
currently.
probably just see if the bus can drop us off.
Yeah.
The easiest way.
It is perfectly capable of doing so. So after changing into the guise of a tour bus, it pulls up outside the front, and as the door opens, Ivan steps out and says, "All right, everybody, let's take a quick meal and bathroom break, and then on with the tour," and just gestures out the door.
Catalina will stay in the bus, and if Lockie goes to leave, she will drag him back.
I can just imagine him halfway down a step, and then all of a sudden a hand from the bus reaches out, grabs him by the scruff of his collar, and pulls him back in.
Yeah, like the Hook on a stage performance.
But I want a muffin, you guys.
He just turns and is like, I don't trust this. Someone needs to be out there watching.
Okay, but it is not us. We will have to keep a distance. Ivan, can you go in our place? We will look after the bus.
Who of you can drive the bus?
Ivan, you know I can drive bus.
I know you can technically drive a vehicle with 4 or more wheels, but I've seen your record with our rental cars.
That is different story. They are high stress situation. I'm just parking bus. It's okay.
Almost every time there is hot pursuit or some kind of evasive driving you have to do to shake a tail that you alleged was there, and the car always come back with scrapes and dings, but not my bus.
I am just going to park the bus. Nothing else. I won't take it for joyride, nothing. We'll sit here and twiddle thumb.
Okay. He ushers you into the seat, which like a bus seat has that weird kind of like big chunky spring. So as you sit down, it's like and you drop like a good like half a foot as the seat settles, and he says, "Okay, this is reverse camera. Use it."
She just looks
Dom?
at him with like, Ivan, I have driven bus before. Not your bus, but bus. It's okay.
Fine. I will go in place. I am packing, of course, it is me. You all don't break my bus. And he just walks off.
She like closes the door behind him and there's like, okay.
Okay.
Now
I get out,
make
like-
sure I don't hurt the bus. Lucky, don't hurt the bus. Or Ivan will
What is
never
she-
trust
what
me
sort
again.
of action is she expecting to happen at this coffee shop?
Nothing. She's going to park the damn bus and that's it. She's not doing anything else.
So I take it everybody except Kathleen and Lockie are going into the coffee shop, yes?
Apparently.
Yes.
Unless Lockie insists otherwise. I'm not gonna stop you out of character for wanting to do things.
I think it would give it like a minute or two before he doesn't think that anyone else is capable of keeping a safe eye on it.
Okay,
And would
so
want to sneak on out.
the rest of the party...
You can't sneak on Catalina, but
I mean, maybe he can. He's been practicing, you know.
I
Oh,
have to
okay.
open the bus door for him. When you
Distraction!
sneak out.
Maybe I should be driving bus.
Maybe.
We are also wanted damn criminals, man. I think maybe we
Their
shouldn't.
faces are plastered all over this planet, so them being out in the public, unless I take doses of regalia to change how they look, probably not a good idea.
That could wear
Hmm.
disguise.
You
He goes,
didn't bring any disguises with you, did you?
Because he wasn't given time.
It's
Well, because there was no intention of us ever needing to be seen, that's why.
like there's a case. I mean, this is Ivan's baby. There's probably like a case in the back that has like a few sets of clean clothes in case somebody comes back like covered in blood or something
Oh, well,
from
in
a mission.
that case, if Catalina sees him acting real antsy, which he probably will, she'll make a disguise for him so he doesn't look like him anymore.
Fair enough.
He can go on.
Like tie up his hair. Pull out
It's
some
alright.
like
I won't be in the public's
Great.
eye.
No, she's gonna put the suit on him. Put him in the suit, do up his hair, make him look like a businessman.
Perfect.
Please reply to your messages, Chris.
Okay. So, as Lucky is being GQ'd up and made awfully fancy and presentable to society, the rest of you make your way into a coffee shop. It's a pretty simple, low-key location. It's got like coffee, muffins, and croissant and things like that. It's your standard 33rd century coffee shop with free Wi-Fi.
I'll walk in there and ask for a table for what, 4?
Yeah.
I will walk in there and ask for
Another
vodka.
party coming later. And then I'll ask if they can bring me a cup of tea.
Yeah. They are
And they
prepared.
say, "Excuse me, sir, this is a coffee shop. We don't serve tea. Tea is for heathens."
Is it a
They-
coffee shop or a coffee shop?
They direct you to a table kind of in the like center back of the room that has 4 chairs around it, and when you ask for tea, the young lady working there says, "Of course, sir. What kind of tea would you like?" And she just gestures to a shelf behind you. There's like the standard fare of just like Earl Grey, London Fog, just like the classic teas, but also there's like some more interesting fruitier teas, like Turkish apple tea or cherry tea and things like that.
I'll just ask for an Earl Grey or something.
She-
Like fruit tea, no.
May I please have a Terojo fruit tea, please?
I'm sorry, sir. We're out of stock of those.
Just order Melbourne breakfast. It's great.
Well, whatever is tasty then, I guess.
I like Turkish. I like Turkish apple personally. It's very nice.
That will do then.
Okay. And you, sir?
I will take coffee.
Of course. Black?
Make it white.
Of course. And she goes about preparing your drinks, and you'll take a seat at the table. Now, I have a question for one Mr. Mordeau. You're making your way to this location, yes? After having been called by them.
This location meaning a kilometre away on a rooftop hooked up with a sniper rifle? Yeah, totally.
Lying on your belly, being all like, "Oh, yeah, great." So you are in position and can see through the like front window of the coffee shop. There's a few other people in there, along with 3 people you recognize from the file you were sent. And as you're kind of just sitting there observing, you see a 4th person enter, who and it takes you a moment to realize that it's somebody else from the file. He's wearing like a very well-made suit.
I was not going in.
Oh, you weren't going in? Okay, so
No.
how you approach this?
Catalina would have also done makeup on him to make him look a little older.
I was going the same route as our new friend. I was looking for where, if I was a sniper, where I would position myself to get the best vantage point on the building as well.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
That does sound like a Lockie thing to do. He's like very
it
known
does sound like a lucky thing to do.
sniping position.
So
It's really funny if he got into a sniping position that wasn't the same, and they kind of just looked left and right and just spotted each other, like awkwardly.
So, Lockie, you're walking down the street as though you're just a man about town doing business, but like scanning the area around you. Please make me a tactics roll
Yes.
and see what you can piece together about
That
potential.
is a 10.
Ooh. Thomas, can you also please make me a tactics roll? We'll see if you can outthink each other.
Wouldn't it be stealth?
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Yes,
I mean,
but no.
you aren't hiding on the roof. You will have had to use tactics yourself to choose a good location to make the shot from.
Sure. Just so you're aware, the police suit's up and I look like a maintenance worker.
Okay.
Alice, can you roll tactics for me? Sorry, I'm still setting up.
Oh, good.
And
Sorry, I've got dice everywhere. That's 2d4. 2d6.
Yep. 2d6.
That one landed on top of the other dice, but it is a 3.
tactics is not my strong suit, so that's
3 and a
5.
4. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, so it's a 6 then. 3 and 4 added together makes 7, Alice.
What? No, I said. I meant.
You have
I
a
meant-
1 in tactics.
No, I swapped all the skills around. I should have neg 1 now, don't I?
You got the 1 in tactics came with your training and background packages.
Oh, okay. In that case, I haven't changed it. Sorry. So I still do have the 1 in tactics. Apologies.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to be confusing. I meant the dice that landed on the other dice was a 3. So it's a 3 and a
okay.
4. Yeah.
No issues. No issues. Sorry, I was just getting confused.
All good.
And
yeah,
I'm
that's
setting up at the same time.
Totally my fault. I forgot
So-
you had it at the PC.
So regardless, you chose a good sniping location based on your understanding. But Lucky, I feel like it takes you like a few passes up and down the front of the building, but you spot a few buildings like beyond the main wall that are tall enough to like have an angle down into the coffee shop. You unfortunately can't do much about that because the actual city's on lockdown, and he was calling from inside the city. But you can see like one or two rooftops where you think a sniper could be.
Alright, basically just gonna find a location where I could potentially get oversight on them so I could have a quick look.
So,
I would suggest he makes a perception check as well.
yes.
Yeah, so basically I'm gonna set up somewhere where I can see these other buildings that are overlooking, and then use my optics array to try and basically scan over the buildings
Okay.
to see if I can find a muzzle or person that looks out of place.
I'm just going to see how powerful it is your pan-spectral optics are in terms of being able to spot things, because that could be very handy for you. Cyberware. Every now and then I got a little... sorry.
I was imagining they had some kind of, zoom and enhance function, like every single spy movie.
Quite possibly. Hang on, I can't find the cyberware page. I should be good with this book, you guys. It's been 66 sessions. Oh, here we go. Games about fire. Cyberware pan-spectral optics. Not in this book. Damn it! Don't you judge me! I am Space God.
There was no judgment.
There is always judgment, Rory, and that judgment is we love you.
Pan-spectral optics. Ocular adjustments to the wearer allow them to see clearly at any level of light short of perfect darkness, in addition giving them thermal vision that can easily distinguish shapes and distance even in the total absence of light. Dangerous radiation and lasers tuned outside the range of visible light are also visible to the user. Nearby radio transmissions can be seen as if they were visual flares of color. The system cannot translate these transmissions, only alert the user to them. I have a cool flavor query for one Thomas Mordeau. Considering the fact that you want to be able to like have eyes on someone, is it likely that you have like a laser pointer that's like UV light, so you can see it and see where it's aiming, but other people can't?
I'm not sure if you heard you.
Chris, are you preoccupied? Oh no.
I was gonna ask if he was muted, but I guess he's gone.
Or is having tech issues.
I believe it's the tech issues.
Hello.
Sorry.
The techie with tech issues.
Probably not for the laser pointer, but he would definitely see radio signals heading from the top of the diner to wherever I am.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say, Lucky. Roll me the perception check, please.
Okay.
There you go.
Ooh, that is very good. What is my plus? That's with wisdom, so it's a -1, so that makes it also a 10.
Okay. Well, the majority of telecommunications that probably occurs in this area, like you're looking around, you've got a bead on the different signals. Most of the communication is going like from a compad to the nearest cell tower. So most of the signals you see are like being directed to like information waypoints and then being dispersed from there. You probably, I think with a 10, you would notice that there is a direct line of communication going from one of these two rooftops directly to this location.
Okay. I'm just going to keep an eye on it for the moment.
Okay. So, guys inside the coffee shop, it's been about 10 minutes. It's past the time that your friend was due to arrive. Yeah, see him.
I'm gonna give him a call.
Okay. Mordeau, your compound begins to ring.
Yeah, I'll pick it up. Good day, amigos.
I do not see you. You stuck in traffic.
No, I'm here. But, like, look at it from my perspective. We're currently, well, we had the phone call. You found out I've got a whole bunch of files on you. And then, I come from the Bounty Hunters Guild, right?
Am I reading into this situation correctly? You're here, but you're watching us.
Pretty much. And then you get a screenshot of your phone that's down a sniper scope with Charles's head in the dead center of it.
Bad choice, man. Oh.
Oh no!
This reminds me of the movie called Phone Booth.
Yeah, something like that. Look, here's the deal. Basically, I was friends with 3 ladies who happened to be in space over a mining planet a while ago. You probably remember them.
Oh, are you referring to the ones that we tried to murder?
Tried to or did?
I'm not big on details.
That's true. But look, I don't particularly care.
We defended ourselves, more to the point.
Sure, but look,
Are you on the
lady.
phone as well, Charles?
What?
I mean, if you want, you can create a conference call if you wish to share.
Okay, well, I'll do that then.
Yeah, look, maybe, but here's the deal. They were colleagues, and they ended up pretty dead. Then I get a call from you randoms demanding that I, A, rock up to a coffee shop in the middle of nowhere where I don't really have a home advantage after you're on national news for a terrorist attack.
To be fair, I didn't demand that you come here. Personally, I just want to see your sniper rifle.
That's fair. Maybe if this goes all right, you can come see it. Look, I don't want any shit or problems with that, but what's the job?
He's just gonna look at Charles. Dimitri, Charles, what exactly is the job?
I thought it was to help us get ready to save Catalina's sister, and 2, help us with certain tech issues we may be having.
I'm not exactly a techie.
I am.
That's very good for you.
So that leaves the other girl. Catalina, her name was.
Right.
Catalina.
Right. So this is one of these senorita's problems is a man's job thing, right?
Oh no, if she could be out of the bus, she'd be here to talk to you herself, but currently indisposed.
You realize you just informed him of the bus.
Oh, don't worry, I was already aware of it.
Okay then. So
He's actually going to send you a photo of the bus from a different angle with Catalina sitting in it looking bored.
She's got all of the holograms up and whatnot, so you can't see her.
The windows look like Ivan is still sitting at the driver's seat.
Doesn't look like she's in there.
Okay.
She
I'm
might
not
have
very
gone for a trip.
talking thing. So perhaps, are you in for the job or not? And do you have a quote of money that you require?
Well, it depends. My standard retaining fee is about 100,000 credits up front. On job completion, well, that's up to you. Generally, the 100,000 covers the fee, but if there's more work involved, like, I don't know, something goes south, one of you die, and I have to go and rescue you, dumbass, it costs a bit more.
I do not think I have 100,000. on hand, but perhaps if we pool our resources.
I mean, this is very.
The thing is, $100,000 is a lot of money, like a lot of money. And what says your skills are worth anything?
Oh, it's not just my skills, though. You've got to remember that I have dossiers on all of you. I know your wanted targets, and I know exactly where you're seated. Usually my fee is 30,000, but I reckon that 70,000 covers the fees I could for just turning you in right now and alerting the entire garrison to where you currently are.
That would probably be bad for you.
Would it? I know I can get away quicker than you can, especially when the city's working on my side for the moment I tip them off.
To be fair, and I'm going to try and be blunt with this, you might be able to kill Dimitri and Charles from where you are, but you won't be able to kill me, and if you do turn us in, I guarantee you, you will have made an enemy that you do not wish you would have made.
Perhaps, but you're here for a reason. Why?
We have told you. To rescue Catalina's sister.
Mainly because the Hibernian government is a piece of the Yakutian government is a piece of shit, and they need to be destroyed.
Yeah, fuck Arbona. Sorry, goodness.
They've already cost me the life of one of my friends, and they're lucky that I haven't gone to try and destroy them yet by myself. But
So the only one you haven't mentioned out of the group of you is Darius. He was from here, and he was a terrorist too. Look, as far as I take it, this place is pretty peaceful. Sure, it's not free.
On this planet, yes. On
Sure.
any other planet they are involved in, peace is not their speciality.
Yeah, all right. The phone hangs up. I'm
That's
actually gonna throw a rock from the roof to where roughly Lockie is.
You describe yourself that you're a kilometer away.
Oh, well, in a line of sight. So I assume with Lockie's 10, he would be picking a spot that's relatively in a decent position.
Yes, but he can't enter the city because it's on lockdown. So he's just like observing the building from a distance.
Okay. In that case, the radio waves that was on top of the thing moves and bumps Lockie.
Oh, so he physically feels a thing collide with him?
How would that translate through?
You'd probably turn around and see a shimmer in the air and realize there's a drone there.
It's humming very, very quietly. It's just going, and like you can barely see it. It's like those drones that you saw on Lumina that had like holographic stealth tech around them.
That he's just gonna turn around and just smirk a little bit and just go, "Clever girl."
God damn it.
I watched that the other day.
I've never seen it. Don't kill me.
How have you never seen Jurassic Park?
Was never interested in watching it.
It's
I
got
mean,
dinosaurs, man.
They do travel.
Girl, man.
hang on. I never had access to it. Never had anyone else who was interested in watching it. And also, growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch 90% of things. So
True.
Let's get back on topic. So there's a camouflage
don't
drone
hate me.
just like bumping into your shoulder, Lockie, and you're like,
Yoo-hoo, fix my blood.
Yeah, once Lockie's noticed it, it just starts heading off, probably about 500 meters towards where I am. And I'll
Well,
start moving towards where the drone's going.
okay.
Lockie will try to follow it, but he's going to try as much as possible to stay out of the public's eye.
Okay. The drone is taking like a wide arc over the city walls. You assume to avoid like military surveillance, and then just proceeds inwards into the city. So you could try and talk your way past the guards with your new duds and say, "I am important business, man. Let me through."
I don't think he's dumb enough to do that, unfortunately. I think he would see that it's gone inside the walls and realize that it's too much of a risk for him to pursue it any further in there.
It wouldn't go inside the walls, actually. It would probably
Oh,
stop
no?
at one of the checkpoints.
Okay.
And then I would approach that checkpoint from the other side.
Okay, so are you having it hover over like the nearest checkpoint to the coffee shop or one of the other ones? Please ping one of like the gatehouses on the map to indicate where it's going.
Yeah, probably whatever's closest.
Okay, so yeah.
Coffee shop.
So you like Lucky, you track its progress, and you can, now that your awareness has been like brought to it, you can like just barely make it out by applying like the thermal filter to your eyes, but like it's barely there. It's like a minor green shimmer against the blue sky. It's very, very well disguised as a drone. So you like watch it move, and then it just hangs in the air about 100 meters above the gatehouse near the coffee shop.
Okay. Yeah, he will approach again, trying to, as much as possible, stay out of the public's eye, so that he trusts Catalina's ability to disguise him, but he would rather not push its limits.
Okay. Catalina, what song are you playing inside the bus?
It was on the bus.
Thank
You know what? Let's go with that. Yeah. Because
So-
why the hell not? She's listening to the oldest music she could find on the bus.
So meanwhile, as all of this stuff's going on, Catalina is just like dancing
I
up
got
and down.
pocket full of sunshine. I got to love and I know that it's all mine. No. Whoa.
Paying no attention
Do what
to.
you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me. No. All right. Enough of
Yeah.
that.
It's like a brief sidebar to that happening. Okay.
She got really bored. Okay. She's like,
Mhm.
you know what? She's
Yeah.
probably also pulling apart and cleaning a gun at the same time.
Yeah, of course. Perhaps is draining some fluid from the sniper rifle.
Yeah, she's prepping
Doing
stuff.
it. Cool. While it's like singing along. Okay, Thomas, you have. It'll probably take you like 20 or so minutes on foot to get to the gatehouse, but you can put on a different disguise and like hail a cab or something to get closer.
Yeah, I look like a lower rank petty officer, military official.
Okay. You hop out of a cab a block away, change disguises, and approach the gatehouse. Another one of the officers sees you approach and says, "Officer, what brings you our way?"
Yeah, it's just petty business on the outside. Look, here, fuck, Sergeant's been on my ass for like the last week. Here, look, here's a snack for you guys anyway, and I just chuck a bag that contains the rest of what was my breakfast to them, and just keep walking.
Like, he, roll me persuasion.
Yep. Oh, fuck, I can't re-roll these anymore.
Yeah, you can.
That said, it's not bad. 5 and a 4, and I got
Ooh,
+1.
yeah. He's like pleasantly taken aback by your can. He's like, "Oh man, thanks. I got called out last minute. I missed breakfast. Thanks, man."
No issues. Look, I'll bring a coffee back on the way through. It's just been
Oh,
a
could
shit
you?
day, hasn't it?
It's been so rough. Please.
Yeah. Look, no issues. I'll see you on the other side. Give me a couple of hours and I'll bring it back.
Sure thing. And you work on it. Lockie, you've been like keeping a bead on this drone and have been like seeing it just hold in space, and also like tracking the pings going to and from it. And now,
Yep.
as a person who looks just like a regular low-rank Yukon officer walks through the gate and begins to descend into the suburbs, it seems like this drone is in direct communication with this individual.
He's going to watch it for a moment, see how he reacts. I mean, he's no fool. He knows that the guy is clearly aware of his presence there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to see his intentions, basically. Keep an eye out and see his intentions. But I think he would, if the guy looks over to him, then he will make it apparent that he's not going to go into the coffee shop. He would rather any conversation that would happen happen outside.
Okay.
Fair enough. I was going to just walk a block down and turn into an alleyway.
Yeah. So I imagine, Lockie, you're like on a park bench on the street, have like a data slab with like projections of a newspaper in front of you, and you see him like walk past you and proceed down a side street.
Yeah, and then I'll follow him.
Okay. Mordeau, I'm sure you see him coming. Are you gonna just like find a crate to like jauntily sit on and wait for him?
Pretty much. And
Okay.
I'll drop the disguise.
Okay, so you ran the corner and behind a dumpster you can see how are you actually dressed right now, Mordeau?
He's not exactly really well dressed, but he's not badly dressed either. It's more just casual clothes. The sort of shit I generally wear really. Just
The audience don't know what that is, though.
oh yeah, that's fair. He's got a rough looking leather jacket, a t-shirt, and just some jeans and sneakers on, and he's just sitting out on the crate, and he's opening a backpack next to him. Lockie, yeah?
I take it you're the one we're here to talk to.
Yeah, that would be it. Here, come, take a seat. Sorry, I just don't like those blue-collar types. It's always a pain in the fucking ass. He opens the backpack and tosses you a beer.
Oh,
Speaking
God.
my language. I take it the conversation with the others didn't go so good.
No, something, shouty voice. Made threat, had to renege threat. Not really intending on threat in first place. You know, all the standard bullshit. It just, you know. Look, what's the real reason you're here?
I suppose I talk to you about what we're here for.
Sort of, not really. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You guys, like, well, I mean, the job goes out for 3 bounty hunters who end up trying to take on your ass. I declined that one because I'm not stupid enough to go against a fully armed team with myself. Anyway, they get all their heads blown in on a space station. Then you end up on
that Lockie kind of smirks a bit like...
you end up on this planet. I hear that from Charles, I think it was, you've already lost one of your men, and you're on the national news for a terrorist attack. I'm sorry, but it doesn't make sense. Hence why the caution. I mean, I'm not rocking up to a coffee shop with a bunch of number 1 wanted.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I figured as much. As soon as you saw your rifle, I figured you'd be that type.
Well,
But, what they said is kind of true. We are here to help get Catalina's sister back, but that's not the main reason we're here.
Right.
Well, it's one of the main reasons we're here, I guess.
and the other?
We want to see what we can do to fix things back on her home planet.
Wait.
I don't know how much you know about this planet, but
Abona, yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Well, their so-called peacekeeping missions and stuff ain't so peacekeeping.
Sort of just thinks for a moment, and then I reckon he probably is just aware enough to probably put together that some shit's been going on, and then he goes, you're going to try and stop a war? He then just lets out a low whistle and leans back and just goes, fuck me, you cabrones have some giant cojones.
Well, I don't know about stop it, but at least try and do something about it.
Yeah, no, fine, fuck. And you come to me for that? Look, I know Ishmael, right? But he did tell you that I don't work for free, yeah?
I figure no one works for free, really.
Right, but going against the entire planet is a little bit more than I was bargaining for, to be blunt.
Look, to be perfectly honest, that's not what we originally came to you for. Our intentions are to get Catalina's sister out. We're talking more long-term down the way.
Oh, do you mean the place that I gave those schematics to the immersion previously? That's why he recommended you.
Lockie, who is still only half aware of what's actually happening with the plans for this, is just like, yeah, sure, those ones.
All right. He just picks up a second beer and just casual day drinking. He's not getting drunk or anything. He's just chilling out because this is a super informal business meeting as far as he's concerned. Hang on one sec. Yeah, all right, fine. So you've got... Need to get out of a shit place, basically.
Oh god, that was suddenly loud.
Sorry, I'm just...
He like got real close to Lockie's ear and just said that loudly.
Sorry, I was just changing to phone because I've got a shit that I got to be simultaneously doing. I'm multitasking here for a second. My bad.
That's
All
okay.
good.
We understand.
So, okay. A snatch and grab then.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we need to work out what's going on. She's not in her right mind. Something's happened to her.
That's a bit more concerning. Look, I told Charles that my standard fee is 100,000 credits, but here's the deal. You seem to be doing it for all right reasons. Usually all right reasons I'm more cooperative with. I'll do what I can to assist, but I'm not going to be doing, well, the immoral shit comes with a fee.
That's fair. I don't plan on doing anything immoral.
Yeah, so you say, but you blew up a fucking space station and a church and, yeah.
Said I didn't plan on doing something immoral. If it happens to come up in the line of duty, it happens. Space station, that was self-defense.
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys.
It's alright.
Yeah, you go, Catalina.
No. I was just going to say, Rory, expect some spam. I'm adjusting everyone's characters. Also, if anyone wants me to update their characters, now's the time. Wait, I think I've already contacted everyone about that. Mind. Nope, Ash. You need to get back to me on what you want left.
Apologies, just doing 2 things at once. And I finally
All
finished
good.
the other things, so I should be good in 2 seconds.
Life happens. Life is a thing that doesn't think.
Indeed it does.
Unfortunately. Okay, cool. Sorry. Yeah, look, all right. I mean, I can work with that if you can work with that, but, all right. I assume you've got somewhere safe on this blasted planet?
We do, but ain't my call of whether or not you're gonna come in on that.
Okay, cool. He shifts over and pulls up his sniper rifle and pulls out the magazine and slides out a single bullet and tosses it to you. Look, take this, keep it with you. Head back and say that we've reached an accord of sorts, and I'll see you jackasses sometime in the future.
Alright, same way to call you?
Yeah, if you want me to come or give me a location or whatever, I'll come visit if you need me to, but only if I'm welcome there, obviously, and you have to check back in with all of your friends. By the way, the suit looks terrible on you.
That look is just gonna look down, like look up and go, I was hoping you wouldn't mention it.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
working on that.
He gives like a wry half smile and says, look, you seem like a cool guy. I don't have a problem with this, but caution. Caution first. We'll see how we go.
Of course.
All right. Nice to meet you anyway. And
Pleasure.
he gets up and starts heading towards the nearest coffee shop to pick up the coffee to take back to the guard for his way back through.
Oh. Okay. Weirdly enough, the nearest coffee shop is the one where Pim, Dr. Charles, and Dimitri have been sitting this whole time. So while I mean, I feel like you may have seen the hulking figure of Lockie lurking outside and seen him like wander off. So what have the three of you been doing in the meantime?
After Mordeau takes too long, I'm going to start messaging him portions of Darius's hardcore porn.
Okay.
I'm just going to enjoy my tea.
Mordo's going to walk into the coffee shop, look at his phone, raise an eyebrow, glance over at Pim, smirk, and then put his phone back in his pocket and start ordering coffee.
Okay. You order a few coffees. They finish pretty quickly, and then you can make your way back into the city disguised as the petty officer and receive a very grateful thank you from the other grunts who have been stationed there for hours with no relief. Okay, so you guys have come to somewhat of an accord with one Mr. Mordeau. And now, as everybody kind of convenes back in the underground safe haven of the old folks' home, I'm going to suggest we angle towards a bit of a time jump, because you all have things you wish to achieve, and they are all going to take some time. And assuming that you all do so in a reasonably safe manner, you shouldn't be in any immediate danger of being spotted, especially if you're like Kathleen and Lockie and are spotted with the fuzz. So, actually, let's start with Dr. Charles. You had some intentions you were hoping to achieve, didn't you?
Yeah, I needed to have a conversation with Catalina first.
Okay, fair enough.
What I intend.
Okay, well then, let's say everybody has convened back in the base. It's been a long day. You're chilling out, and you have a chance to go and find her in a bedroom.
See, look, Ivan. It's fine. I didn't hurt your boss. It was okay. Sometimes it's okay to trust people, you know?
Okay, so never mind. You're in the workshop, and Kathleen is just like standing in there with Ivan, and he's like going over the bus with a fine-tooth comb, like making sure that everything's fine.
I'm very tempted to like use telekinesis to make like a small scratch.
Oh,
But I won't, because that'd be mean. Like, once she's free, I'm gonna go over as like, I need to talk to you for a moment.
That's fine. I promise you can look all over it you as much as you want. Not a scratch. And if there is, it's not my fault, it's with you. And she's gonna walk off with Charles.
as you walk out, he just booms across the workshop. I will hold you to this, and you leave.
What is it, Charles? You okay?
Yes, I was thinking of what we plan to do on this planet and how we plan on getting to our end goal and what that might cost or entail.
Hmm.
How far are you willing to go to make sure Habona is free?
I would not sacrifice any of your lives, but I would sacrifice my own.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm going to look into creating a weapon. Something new. Something different for me. But it has worked in our favor a couple of times as a weapon.
Are we talking about spike drives here?
Yes. I want to create a planet-bound spike drive nuke, for lack of a better term.
I don't want to hurt innocent people that don't know any different. The government here, if we overthrow it, is going to put the planet in chaos as it is. There will be no ruling body. So I just want to take out the worst of the worst, create enough chaos that they will leave others alone. I don't want
Depending
to
on the
hurt.
data that we have on the Gloved Molotov, I can work out what sort of yield, and then we can use it as a strategic thing to take out the military leaders. And that is it.
If
That sounds
The
like you are
bigger
trying to
the bigger
create
thing
something
is
very
it doesn't
dangerous.
have risk of radiation poisoning as a weapon. You might get a few more psychics being born on this planet in a couple of years, but that's about it.
oh, Boże moi, as if this planet needs psychics. Oh. Look, if you wish to make such a thing as a last resort, I don't suppose I can stop you, but it would not be my preference to use something like this. It is too much.
Well, my options for helping are varied and few, really.
It's not true.
I can.
That is not true. There are many things you can do. Remember
My
when we
job's
went...
to make sure you guys survive so that we can do something. That's about it.
Remember when we did that infiltration into the company? Okay, it ended badly, and I will admit that was actually entirely my fault. I screwed up one of the engines, and then Darius took things a little too far, which I'm starting to notice a theme there. But
Yes, but with that, the last option was to use the spike drives they were working on to blow up the entire thing so there was no evidence left.
last resort. But before this, you did so much good work. You infiltrated this place without any of our help. You have good skill. We just need to find place for you to put it. You're a man of education, of science, and of much knowledge. I think maybe you could even become friend with this awful man and trick him into trusting you. There is so much you could do, especially since you are not laden with burden of being from Harbona. You are from Elftus, is seen as crazy space age, new technology place. Especially compared to here. It's only Tech 4.
I think the word you're looking for, Catalina, is academic.
That's a good one. Also, when did you get here, Pim?
I've been here the whole time, but,
Eh?
you know,
Oh, sorry, Pim. I guess I was lost in my own mind.
He's just gonna walk past them.
Wait, where are you going? You can join the conversation if you like.
No thanks. I'll leave you and Doc, Dr. Charles to discuss something. I have to go do a memory sweep.
Okay. Are you okay, Pim?
Never been better. The tea helped so much.
What? Catalina is very confused. She has no idea about any of the tea.
Tea is good.
Is it just me or is he a little moody today?
He's been moody since Darius perished.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm being insensitive again. All right. But to answer your question, you can do what you like to do, but I don't necessarily approve of this method. Not only is it dangerous for many other reasons. The last spike drive did not go well with you either. And there could
Oh, I
be
know.
other psychics here on this planet that we don't know of that could be affected in this negative way.
With what Yakuta do, I am less likely to feel sympathetic towards their plight on what might happen if I was to set one of these off.
But I think of the future. Can you imagine this government or the next? Should they get a hold of psychics on their planet, brainwashed to think that they're being sent to a special facility of education for those that are gifted, and then put to evil means in the military? I'm more scared of this. I know these people far too well, and it really breaks my heart because the common person here does not know any different, only that they are doing the right thing, even though they aren't. It is so ingrained in their culture, in their growth as a person, that mere thought that what they're doing being wrong is a foreign concept altogether. Even a good number of the people who are in the military and fighting. So it is the leaders that I want to change.
No, the thing is with leaders like this, there is no changing them.
No.
It's replacing them. That is it.
This is what I mean. Fuck them. They've killed so many of my people for nothing more than power. So they can die, because they're the ones that make the decisions. But the common person here does not need to make that sacrifice.
There are other options that are more subtle, but require regalia to help work.
You know,
at the
Doctor,
moment.
maybe you should go and sleep on it. And try and think of a means that maybe the common person could achieve. Not everything has to rely on your psychic ability. Just like not everything has to rely on my gun. Or Loki's explosives. Oh wait, maybe that's the other way around.
I think both of you have exploded enough recently that I don't want to get caught in another one.
But you know what I mean.
I will look into it. I will also maybe see about seeing if there are any jobs available.
That might be a good place to start. And Doctor, I'm trying to do better. We've made some pretty shit decisions in the past, and I think we let our ego get the better of us. I kind of want to do better.
Yes, but trying to do better when you're trying to overthrow a government is difficult.
I didn't say it was easy, just that I'm trying.
Well, let's make sure your sister's safe first. Let's
Hmm.
see if there's any inroads with actually getting into that fuckhead's compound without actually having to break in.
No.
And we'll go from there.
If you need to, don't forget you can talk to Ivan about disguises or costume. No, you're pretty nondescript like this though, but and
I mean,
Sparks.
Elf's tailored suits.
Da, it says I am from Elfdis. Is that not where you want to come from?
It's better than most of the places I've visited as of yet.
There you go. It's not scum place.
As the two of you are kind of concluding your conversation, you hear somebody flick on the internal PA system that operates down here, and it is the librarian who is speaking over the loudspeaker, and she says, "Catalina Sokolov, one Catalina Sokolov to the library, please. I repeat, Catalina Sokolov, please report to the library at your earliest convenience."
I should
Are you expecting
probably
a
go.
visitor?
No.
I'll come with for a moment.
Okay. And doctor, you might be angry with Sparks, but he can also be a lot of help.
That's nice. Until he stops acting like a dickhead.
Don't give me this look. He is dickhead. But he is good dickhead, okay?
So
He's trying to make amends, so give him the
So,
chance.
you're
We're
walking
more
at,
walking and talking.
and at this point, the two of you find yourself standing at like the bottom of the stairs that normally opens out into the library, because a bookshelf like splits in half. But as you approach it, it doesn't open. Instead, there is like a panel on the wall that kind of cracks open. And Kathleen, I think you have had to use this a few times when the fuzz came a knocking. It's basically a camera feed of the inside of the library that you can see from down here.
Mhm.
You approach the panel, take a look, and you can see Thomas Mordeau feet up on one of the tables, just like casually flipping through a book while sipping on a can of beer.
It's probably something in the realm of philosophy or something that you wouldn't expect a merc to be reading, but he has a passing interest in it.
The instant that I see him, there is a shimmer around Charles because it's
Mm-hmm.
Do we even know who he is? Catalina has no idea who he is.
He turned on his camera during the call you made with him, so you recognized who he is.
Catalina wasn't present.
Well, Charles would recognize.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Catalina has no idea who this is.
Mordeau, how the hell did you get here?
I mean, he can't hear you. You're just seeing a camera feed of him just relaxing in the library. If you want to go out into the library, you have to like open the kind of, now that I think about it, surprisingly overt secret entrance. If anybody's in the library who isn't supposed to.
I thought that
That's-
the bookcase was down the stairs, and at the top of the stairs it was like behind the desk, and then, or like
No, there's a second bookcase. Well, the bookcase in the actual library splits in half and reveals the staircase down.
right. But I still had some sort of assumption that it was kind of like in a secluded corner.
I mean, there is another way out of the underground location. There is an elevator that is built into the old folks' home to allow people who are wheelchair bound to go up and down from where they sleep.
It
But that
also
shaft,
smells like
yeah,
dead person.
yes, that shaft is also accessible from underground, and it's where Ivan burned the body of Mata Shadi recently. So you could avoid coming out via the library and take that
Dead body
Yeah, but
elevator.
It's gonna be like, That's our
Who's
new
this?
contact.
Oh, the one for the. Oh, for the
The one that apparently didn't want to work with us because he hung up on us.
Why is he here? How did he find here? That's
You're
highly
back, Beth.
concerning. This is
He probably
not very
followed
common.
us.
Wait,
We're going to
Catalina's gonna
deal with
message
this.
Sparks with a picture of the video feed. Do you know anything about this?
Sparks just like upon receiving this, walks out of his office around the corner and enters the room and is all like, "What's going on?
Is that a yes or a no?
Oh, I've seen this guy in the files. Yeah, he's. Why is he here? Did you
Okay,
call him?
never mind. That answered my question. No idea. I don't know. I didn't call him here, but apparently librarian is asking for me. How does he even know my name? I've never
He
met
has a
him before.
file on all of us. He has a file on the Gloved Molotov.
But how does he know that this place is connected to me? Oh wait, I did used to work here. I guess that's probably where it came from.
He probably watched us all enter.
You guys did not check if you were being followed? Wait, that doesn't make sense
You were
either.
the one driving the bus.
No, we took the back entrance with bus.
Regardless, are you gonna go and talk to him?
We'll go
We'll
the
pick
elevator
it for
way,
a
I
bit.
imagine.
And then, okay, we'll decide to go for the elevator. And then come in through the old folks'
Um,
home.
On the way to the elevator, I will be like, Lockie, we may need a hand. And text him.
Catalina will be like,
I'll look.
no.
I'll look over at the camera and just look at. No, you should be fine.
Catalina will suit up. She's not going to go outside of the base without her coverings.
Okay, you pull on a
Pulls on a headdress
hijab. Yep.
and her worker uniform. Just
Okay.
like I
And
presume it's like a jumpsuit kind of like maintenance thing, like a blue
Yeah.
jumpsuit.
the two of you step into the elevator, and because I know that this is 100% a thing Pim would do, as you ride up, the elevator plays ding 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 ding, and then the final ding is the door opening.
Bing!
I'm going to kill Pim. Swear to God.
Oh, no, he is just playing prank.
The two of you step out and can navigate through the old folks' home and enter the library from the outside and walk in, and you can see Mordeau sitting there.
Catalina will also use her ability so that she looks like she's got tanned skin.
Okay. So, Mordeau, you see these two individuals enter.
Ah, hola. And he just goes back to the book.
You wanted something?
Oh, no, I was wanting to talk to Catalina because she was the one apparently who this job was for. I mean, it was nice meeting you. Well, okay, that's a lie. I didn't have much fun at all. It was nice meeting Lockie, but I kind of need to talk to the person actually giving me the job.
Catalina's going to make eye contact with the librarian for a confirmation of he didn't do anything sus.
She like...
I would have spent the last 2 hours requesting books from her and having pleasant discussions about her. I would have been ridiculously friendly to her.
Like, she, like, reaches under the desk, and you hear the sound of her, like, patting on something, which you know full well is a spike thrower mounted, like, on the underside of her, like, main workstations. Like, she reaches in, you hear, like, And she nods.
Catalina will give a nod as well. She will speak in Farsi to Thomas. And she will say, "Do you speak the language?"
He sort of just raises an eyebrow. What? Look, are we talking or not?
She's gonna say, "I will take you to Catalina."
Yeah, whatever. All right. He gets up, stretches, and just turns to the librarian. Thanks for the book. Do you mind if I hold on to this one for a bit?
Yes. You don't live here.
I mean, I know I don't live here, but you're a library, aren't you?
Attached to an old folks' home. The books are for the residents.
Ah, that's fair. Actually, and he walks over and just hands back the book. As an aside, later, do you have anything in the non-fiction works of Camus?
A what?
Camus.
No? I'm not sure quite what that is. I can look into it. I'm curious now.
All right. No issues. All good. Probably not the sort of library for that. No, never mind. Yeah. Your name? He turns back to Catalina.
What was the fake name that I have on this planet? I completely forgot.
I'll check my notes. Okay.
No, I know it. Because it's X23. Laura.
Okay.
She just introduces herself as Laura.
Do you mind if, like, we don't have the crazy psycho who might rip my head off any moment follow me?
She'll give eyes to Charles and just nod, indicating to go down the secret entrance, and she'd like, I'll meet you later, she essentially says.
I just look at Thomas and go, I only rip the limbs off people that deserve it. And trust me, if any harm comes to this girl or anyone else on this grounds, there is nowhere on this planet you will be able to hide.
She's my paycheck. And he just shrugs.
Such paranoia with you guys. I mean, it's earned, but still.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we've been fighting off people trying to murder us for the last 3 fucking planets.
Good point. We're on a big wanted list.
Okay, so where do you lead him, Catalina?
I take him to the elevator, and then take him down.
As you approach this lift and it cracks open, Mordeau, you are immediately hit with a very offensive smell.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What did you do? Burn a body? Yeah, you did, didn't you?
She just looks at him with a don't ask look.
You can hear he's just muttering under his breath in Spanish.
As soon as they're underground and she knows it's safe, she'll drop the facade.
Okay. Her skin kind of like shimmers and crawls and turns into that.
And she takes his job off.
Oh, neat! I can do that too! And he sort of just stands there for a few seconds, focuses, and looks like the librarian. But it's glitchy and sort of patchy because he hasn't had enough time observing her. And then just drops it as well. Okay, so you're Catalina then.
Duh. It's a pleasure
Nice to meet you.
And she'll put her hand out.
Nice to meet you, Senorita. And he grabs a hand and shakes it a little bit too vigorously, like he's happy to just finally get to the bottom of everything.
She's unperturbed, rather more curious. She's judging your character at the moment, but not harshly, just taking it in.
All right, so what's the deal?
I have no idea what you have been told, or that you were even coming, or what you even looked like. So I can only presume you're Thomas.
Well, that would be me.
It's pleasure. Sorry for the facade, but as I'm sure you're aware, I am very wanted.
You are national wanted terrorists. I'm probably the sister, and if I'm guessing correctly, at least 3 others.
You know what? You're probably not wrong. I wish I could say it. You know what? It would feel better if it was my own fault. It really wasn't. But I guess that doesn't matter now. Come.
Oh.
I will take you to a place where we can talk freely.
All right, no issues. And you
Okay.
just follow.
You're led out into a hallway that has like lockers and storage along either side, taking it into a different hallway, and probably encounter Pim and Lockie on the way to somewhere else.
He just waves as he sees Lockie and goes, "Another beer later?
Hell yeah. Gives him a
Sounds
thumbs up.
good." And just keeps walking.
Okay. Now, where do you lead him?
To the meeting room.
Okay. Are you planning on calling like a meeting, or is it just the two of you?
For now, just the two of us, because she has no idea where they're up to, so she's just gonna like get him, catch her up on where they're at.
Okay. Well, I have been having a difficult time persuading. Actually, I know what I need to do. There we go. Save image.
By the way, just so you know, Chris, your characters are still green.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, so you know which one is you on the screen.
There we go. Whoop! Oh, flippin'! Sorry.
Also,
so
can I just say I love the fact that you say flippin'?
Yeah. I'm not gonna swear. That's rude.
Well, I swear like a sailor, so I have problems because I'm hoping to be a primary school teacher one day.
You're in a D&D group with a bunch of Aussies. Swearing's like what we do.
Yeah, I
So
also
it's
get
our
it.
national language.
Yeah, I also get a
I'm-
lot of influence from work on that one. So,
I am not Australian.
We know. Don't judge you for it much.
you're Australian enough, Rory.
Taking a citizen,
See? Exactly, Australian enough.
but I still consider myself to be English. So I
Oh,
do.
Jesus Christ, that was huge for a second. We can't
Just
see his
say,
name.
what the hell?
I am now going to program the token.
Oh God, where's Arnold? Take him away. Why is he on the table still? Who's babysitting Arnold these days? Ugh.
Okay, yeah. So, Dimitri, I feel like you at this point you might be like in the garden of the old folks' home, just hanging out with Molly and Arnold as he just like flies around collecting bugs.
So, Dimitri is now the designated ranger. Of the
Just two
party.
pets.
I have hint of wisdom, and I also have a bit of animal handling.
Yeah. Okay, so the two of you take a seat. Spark kind of like locks eyes with Mordeau for a minute and goes,
Goes what? Sorry.
he like gives you like the upwards head nod of acknowledgement.
Bucks, you still owe me a lot of money.
That's up for debate, Mordeau.
You fucking stole it from. You know what? Whatever. Maybe I'll
You
take it
rigged
back.
that deck, Mordeau. I was there. I was watching.
Yeah, I know I rigged the deck. Of course, because you were fucking rigging it too, but you didn't do it very well.
Oh, didn't I? Then why did I walk away with all the money? So, well, I'll call you later.
Yeah, all right. We both sort of just like sheepishly looked down.
So we'll sit down. I think this is probably a good place
Yep.
to take a break because it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, probably.
And poor Mikhail has been feeling a little under the weather, so I think he needs to get some Panadol.
He is engaging in some self-care that is short-term pain, long-term gain. So he stepped away a bit early. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes, and we'll proceed with the
I will
roleplay.
set a timer because I can do that now with my watch, and it makes me so happy. 15 minutes ahoy! We will be back. Mwah! To everyone.
Did nobody notice? I haven't been looking at Twitch.
Yeah, I didn't have Twitch
I
open. I had it on.
Don't know if that was for the whole
Roll20.
time or whether I accidentally bumped a button somewhere that changed it back and forth. But apparently we're just back from break, and I tell you now, it wasn't this long.
Mine's just sitting there loading like it's not doing anything.
That's all right.
That's
we didn't cover anything particularly.
Oh, that's
important.
fine. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. So, after realizing this about Arnold, what next?
I swear I changed it over though. I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Whatever.
You have a piece of psychic information from a general.
But I can't exactly go walking around town. Can I?
That's fair.
I mean, I could share it with Arnold. Perhaps he's seen it in his flights around the city.
Fair enough. Like, if you share it with Arnold, he will say, "Ooh, bright lights! That looks fun. Is that underground? That looks underground."
No, I think it is underground. Perhaps you perhaps seen it before?
I don't think so. No.
Do you know any of these gentlemen?
Who were they again? We had like.
I can tell you, there was Senator
the
Yucca,
general?
the
Senator
Senator
and
of
some other guy.
Infrastructure, Zubair Salah, the
Yeah.
Senator of Foreign Affairs, Ephraim Shadi.
Okay.
I write notes, guys.
Well
I'm
done.
proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Arnold says, "Ooh, that one," and points at the Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Oh, duh. And where have you seen him before?
I was playing a game. He had a really shiny medal on his chest, and was standing in the middle of a field. And I took it from him, and then everyone clapped and gave me treats.
I have idea. Can I go outside?
Yeah, of course. Like, you are not like wanted or anything.
Can I wander down to Jakub's compound and send my mate over the wall?
Yeah, after like a week, they lift the lockdown. So if you've just been hanging out with Arnold, just becoming more acquainted, after that time, you can travel around freely as normal. And yeah, you can travel into the high-end district with Arnold and just send him over.
Ooh.
Before he goes, he says, "Am I trying to steal something?"
Not yet. Perhaps just have a look and then come back and tell me what you see.
Okay. About like 15 minutes pass. He comes back and goes, "There is a pool. It was nice."
That is it? Just a pool? No people? No
There was
shiny
a
objects?
There was a person who was carrying a big pole who was cleaning the pool.
Was it a boy, a man, or a lady?
I believe it was a young man.
Ah, we call that a pool boy.
Okay. Would you like me to return and try and take something from the pool boy?
Yet. Perhaps have a look in the windows.
Okay. More time passes. Comes back. There is a man at a desk. He has very shiny things all over the desk, including stationery and technology.
Was his window open?
It was not, unfortunately.
Perhaps next time it will be.
Are we coming back?
Most likely. Maybe tomorrow. What you
Okay.
could do for a fun thing is fly up to his window, tap it, and then hide.
Okay. He goes back away. Comes back after about 5 minutes, and so to hear him, you're carrying like a big metallic disc about like this round and this high that has like the translation hardware and software in it. So like and has a handle, so you're like carrying it from the handle, and as he gets in range for that to like pick it up, you hear it just go ha 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 as he flies in and lands on your shoulder and says ha ha ha. That was funny.
What did he do?
He approached the window. I looked rather upset.
Did he open the window?
Yes, he did.
Did he leave it open?
I am not sure. I was too busy flying away.
I'd say we repeat this a couple of times.
Okay.
Just be careful.
About the third time, Arnold doesn't come back for like a bit longer than makes you comfortable. Then he returns like flying a bit wonky. Lands and like his wings like a bit not great, and he says, "I was hit by a broom."
Oh dear! I did tell you to be careful, huh?
I did. This maid, she appeared out of nowhere.
Okay, maybe we leave this for today.
Thank you. My wing is sore.
I shall attend to it when we get back to the library.
Thank you.
Yes, use the millions of man hours, highly technologically modified animal for pranks.
Yeah, she's pulling pranks on this guy. Okay, so
Hey, I'm distracting him from doing his work. That means his efficiency goes down, and that's a terrible thing for you.
Right
yeah.
up until you get the bird killed and immersion becomes a terrible thing for you.
So you can proceed with harassing Jakob with Arnold over the following days and weeks, and perhaps can even collaborate with Catalina and Mordeau if more scouting is required. So now,
Well, look, I was thinking like I could probably use Molly too, or Molly can help.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, you could psychologically condition him
Oh my god.
with behavior, like with activities like this, especially having Arnold and Molly. Perfect for psychologically triggering reactions. I'm a terrible person, don't mind me.
So you can ponder the ramifications of this newfound power. Now, though, we're gonna cut away to Pim and Lockie, who are on a road trip. Woo! Road trip. Life is a highway. I'm gonna ride all night long.
More thinking, what is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt
me no more.
No
Yeah,
more.
with the head banging and
What
everything.
is love? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just profoundly enamored with the fact that my hair's been able to do this today. I'm really enjoying it. It's like a solid ringlet, and it's just been
It doesn't
amusing.
come through on the camera anywhere near as awesome as it looks in person. Like, was it last Monday when before lockdown when you were streaming last? I just sat there pulling on it because I was like, this is really fun. It's like actually like a big ringlet sausage. It's great.
My hair's fun. I like it. So, after the two of you head out of town for about 45 minutes, you pull up on a very grungy looking, like, back acreage you pass through like suburbs, and the suburbs get a bit thinner. There's farmland, and then kind of intermingled amongst the farmland, there's like a big, just like a big area full of junk. It's very reminiscent of where you spent about 500 years of your life, Pim, except it's quite a bit larger. And yeah, it covers like a solid amount of space. And as you like pull up in the red hatchback, you see you see like in the center of just like this halo of junk, there's a big warehouse assembled in the center. And as the car pulled up, you hear kind of like and you check your like rearview mirror, and you can see a very unusual sight. There is the top half of the individual is just like a regular guy who's maybe like 35 years old, wearing like a leather jacket and a white singlet. His lower half is kind of akin to the first set of robotic legs that Darth Maul got in the Clone Wars. Where it's like not at all anatomically correct, big and beefy, and has like talons at 4 feet. And so he's just like happily striding around the junkyard to like towards your vehicle. And as you pull up, he like skids to a stop and like bends down at the hip and goes, "Why, hello there. How can I help you fine folks this evening? This morning? What time is it? I'm confused."
G'day, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How y'all doing?
Not too bad. Looking to have a bit of a peruse, possibly a bit of a purchase, depending on what we find.
Beep boop.
Who's your friend there? Weird robot man?
You're in your Voyager, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's a maintenance and service mech. Gonna help identify and carry out all the equipment I need.
All right. Sounds good to me. Well, I normally get some pretty good visitors. I've got a lot of stuff in here, so basically, just don't go. I'll be around during the warehouse. If you want to find me and you can't see me, just knock on the warehouse. I'll come by. Don't go in there though; it's a bit dangerous. Just go for a wander, have an explore. If you find a thing, grab it, holler to me, and I'll try and give you a fair price. Sure.
Sounds good. You got any like construction mechs or anything?
It's funny you should mention that. I've got a section. It's like way back over there. I've got some mecha-looking things. It's been interesting. I keep finding weird stuff. People coming in from out of town, some things. I feel like if you're trying to make a construction mech, you might be able to botch some stuff together. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, just looking for something around the workshop, something a bit more heavy lifting. See what you got.
Yeah, by all means. If you go that way, take a left at the giant pile of wrecking balls. Take a right at the giant crater. Don't ask. You should find it.
Will do. Thank you very much.
All right. And he
How
just
did you catch your name there?
I'm Sam.
Pleasure to meet you, Sam.
And you are?
Oh, what was the fake name that I got again? It was
Pretty sure it was Shane.
Yeah, I
Shane
think it was
Kelly.
Shane.
yeah,
Shane Kelly.
yeah, that's it, Shane Kelly.
Yeah.
Name's
that's it,
Kelly.
that's-
Shane Kelly.
Well,
What are you, James Bond?
Yep.
No. Mine
No,
was
Shane Kelly.
Bond. Mine was Bond. Jonathan Bond. Some of you might know my cousin.
Jim Bond.
Government
Well,
bond.
well, Shane, it's nice to meet you. And he just like turns off and like strides down the road very dramatically with these big robot legs under him.
Can I just say, I've waited 30 episodes or so to do this. Rory, remember that like fully upgraded sensory array and everything I applied to the Voyager when we went into that deep alien underground mantis place?
Yes.
I haven't been able to use it yet. Now I can.
Oh boy.
As soon as Shane's out of earshot, he's gonna turn to Pim and go, "Sorry, I know the whole mech thing's a bit of a sore subject."
Oh, that's okay. To be honest, I don't really mind. Anything is better than returning to a junkyard. But at least I get to make some trash. Wait.
It's shopping time.
Boy.
Okay, so can we get out of the the car now?
Like, you can drive the car closer to where he directed you, and then jump out of the car and have a poke around. So if the two of you can make me like a perception checks, or maybe like,
Can I do my thing?
oh yes,
You just see Pim's head split into 4 pieces and, four ways and kind of reshaped, kind of like a transformer. And then you just see like these like radar scanning things and cameras come out. And he's like, I am ready.
All right, let's find the best shit we can.
okay. Please roll me some perception checks.
With a little bit of a bonus.
There's a 10 on the dice.
I'm going to swap so that I'm looking through infrared, normal, light refractive, and what other sensory array visions I have.
Okay, you are both checking every visible spectrum you have access to.
Yep. I got a 10 on the dice, which makes it a 9.
Okay. Pim?
I have a negative to my perception and a 0 to my wisdom, so that is a 7.
Okay.
Just.
The roll is made easier by virtue of the fact that you have so many visible spectrums to look through. So it takes you a bit longer as you kind of just circling this pile of junk. There's a variety of different like mech adjacent technology. Like there's like a few robot arms that you assume were fitted inside like an automated manufacturing plant, things like that. Other technology, like there is probably what remains of like a heavy duty like combat mech, but it is riddled with bullets and blast holes and like high caliber bullet holes.
We don't need the armor. We only need the frame.
And like it's like this heavy mech is trashed. It's not going to have any kind of function at any time soon. But as you're kind of poking around, you see what looks like a mech suit, and these are kind of so in terms of like mech scales, you've got like the suits that are like max 3 meters tall. Then there's light mechs, which are about like get up to about 6.5 meters tall. Then heavy mechs are about 10 meters tall. So you Lockie are probably like only like a bit under a meter shorter than this mech. It's kind of just like it's kind of sprinkled in rust. It's kind of just sitting on a pile of tires. Looks very sad and dilapidated, and is missing one of its arms, shoulders, and part of its head, and is just lying there looking very dejected.
I feel like it's just like that look of Lockie and Pim kind of look at each other and it's like, like perfect.
I imagine on the side it just has spray painted Battle Angel or 99.
And then I think what ensues is like the Sims purchase music going off in the background as they kind of dance around the scrapyard finding different bits and pieces that they like.
At Disney.
Ding 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 ding. Just like skipping merrily, going, "Oh my God! Look at this place!"
So Pim is going to create a sort of schematic in his head from all the available information.
I have a question. Sorry, when you're done.
What? What's that, Pim? You have questions?
Pim has questions. I remember a while back I also spent like 6 sessions developing a good light mech frame as well as a normal mech frame. So I probably still have those schematics.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I'm going to, using the photographic vision that I have as a robot, I'm going to sort of like, as we've seen the Lego movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole like
He like takes out sections and bits of everything he's looking at to kind of put it towards the blueprint.
you are going to full master build this business. So
Yeah.
roll me like science or tech push tech as you're just like pouring over this entire thing. Lockie, you can also roll me push tech as you're just like scaling the sides of piles of junk and just like pulling out like random bits and going, ooh, maybe this, like tossing it down to Pim.
All right,
Why
so
am I on
I'll
fire
give the
tonight?
option to make Alice re-roll this, but I just rolled a 6 and a 5. So plus my intelligence plus the 2 that I get from post tech, that's 14.
Okay.
Nice. I only got a 10, but happy with that.
That's still pretty good. So what ensues over the next few hours is a very giddy and animated, the two of you just like having the best time. Pim, you get a decent understanding of the kind of components you need to get this this suit back up into working order, and with the help of Lockie, who kind of bridges some of the logical gaps where you're like, how about we try and find this specific component, and you go, nah, mate, just get this and that and ram them together, and then he goes, oh yes, I suppose that would work just as well.
I've got our music.
Team America, someone.
Swear to God.
So there is a beautiful meeting of the minds, and the two of you have a wonderful afternoon going over this junkyard and pulling together like an entire like trailer full of things. So by the end of it, you've like piled this mech into the back of the trailer and have it like partially buried with other bits and pieces that you're going to salvage and retrofit to actually get this thing functional again. You have no idea how much this is going to cost because you don't know much about the person that you're buying from, but you'll see when you
80,000 credits. Do you think that'll cover it?
It's kind of at that point where Lockie will stop and think about like the fact that this is actually going to cost money. He's like, oh,
That's right. I need money to buy things.
I hope so.
So my question was going to be, does Lockie remember the project that Catalina wanted to work on?
Yes.
And that she needed things for it too?
Yes.
Oh, we're not done. We're going to other areas of the junkyard.
It was grabbing all the mech stuff first and then was going to look into that as well.
Okay.
I'd also like to visit the electronics and spare sort of, like engines, broken down electronics or like technology, sort of like microwaves and such to get those niche little component materials.
Sure. I'm sure you can. I feel like you can find like one of those like a mostly functional scissor lift and just like pile things onto the top of that and have it like drive alongside you as you're going along. So you have it drive along, go, ooh, maybe this, toss it in there because the trailer's full, and you start pouring over that area too. So what exactly are the two of you are working on besides this mech, if you don't mind it being public knowledge?
Oh,
Well, that's entirely to
kind of.
Catalina.
Aren't we going to get stuff for Catalina's project?
Yes,
Which
but
is?
The bicycle.
Yes!
yes.
I feel like Pim was present for that conversation.
Yeah,
so-
Pim was. You asked him.
I
how he-
recall,
Yeah.
yes.
And then
So
he
yes.
just gave like a very basic answer to your question, and you kind of just went, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah. Okay, so you can also pay a visit to the like there's an entire like large wing of the lot just dedicated to vehicles. It's like cars piled on top of cars. There's other machines too. There's like tractors and heavy lifters. In fact, you probably salvaged a few components from this area for the mech build. Yeah, if you go back in earnest, you can probably find a solid chassis to begin work on the bicycle, we shall call it.
How many
and start
credits
to
do
pull
you
on the
have,
resources.
Lucky?
Sorry, say that again.
How many credits do you have, Lucky?
On me, 12,000.
So we have roughly 20,000 credits.
Yep.
This is going to be fun. Cue montage music again. I suppose after we collect all that stuff, Pim also is going to collect stuff to make like unique. I know that he's had. Hold on, let me just collect my brain. He's in the past had thoughts about making the stealth armor, but he also wanted to make like an ability to be able to move said mech in space. So anything that might have something to do with that, like grab shoots or etc. As well as obviously any materials needed to incorporate Pin into the mech, unless Lockie decides he wants just the mech and not Pin.
I think Rory has frozen.
Nice.
It appears so.
So while he's gone, faction turns. Yeah.
We'll write the next one.
Fine. I wonder what Mordeau's doing at this point. Just probably looking around going, these guys are nuts.
My phone died. I'm sorry.
Welcome back.
Aw. Welcome back.
I forgot to plug it in. Apologies.
So, yeah, what I was saying before you decided to turn into a frozen statue was collect stuff that allows like space movement. I was wondering if Lockie was going to allow there to be like a scarab compartment on the mech. There was also the it's gone from my brain again. Just more components to make modifications to the mech.
Thing. None of that stuff seems overly challenging to locate, so you were able to find it. And now you have 2 large piles of things and a vehicle chassis and some other pieces that you're just like hauling towards the warehouse at the end of your day. At this point, the sun is beginning to go down, and you're probably that weird, awkward mixture of like really excited but also just exhausted because you're like, okay, we've done this. Can we like go home and get some food? I'm really tired.
I don't suffer from exhaustion.
Okay, then just Lockie.
I'm
It's like
going, but Lockie's like, human body have needs.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Pim's like boundless optimism in the face of exhaustion is perhaps beginning to wear a bit thin on Lockie.
No, I feel
No.
like he's like a kid in a candy shop here.
Fair enough. So
I feel like eventually they run out of like things that they can think of that they might need for
Yeah.
like any circumstances, and they're just like,
How about we just open the door, knock, and offer 50,000 for all the junk we've collected?
Well, let's see what he's gonna say first.
Fair enough.
okay.
Knock, knock.
So you go knock knock and hear, oh my God, are you guys still here?
Yeah, man. Got some good shit out here.
I thought you just driven off. God damn, you're dedicated. Hang on, and like he like, and you hear like a bang and a crash and a weird shuffle, and then he like, and then the door opens. You were all looking up and like expecting to see like big tall dude, but but the door opens and you look down and he's in like a hover wheelchair, and doesn't have any legs or like past his knees.
Oh, fuck, it's called.
And he says, "So, how'd you do?"
They're just gonna kind of like step back and just point to the trailers. Ta-da!
He'll like wheel out and go, "Well, good God, damn, no wonder it took you so long."
Like I said, got a lot of work to do.
What if y'all don't mind me asking, what are you working on with all this stuff?
Well, new motorbike for a friend, and like I said, some construction stuff for around the workshop.
All right. Well,
Gotta also build the workshop, so that too.
Business.
fair enough.
Starting
Well-
a business as a manufacturer requires many loaders, requires many hardware.
Well, if y'all just give me a hot minute, I'll give this all once over and try and give y'all an appraisal. Hang on. And like he hovers up, and it seems he has like a vertical height adjuster for the hover wheelchairs. Like he floats up and down the pile of scrap on the back of the trailer and on the weird like scissor lift. And as he's going over, he says, "Did y'all want the weird scissor lift too, or is that just transport stuff?"
I want the weird scissor lift.
All right. He gives it all at once over.
I bring to Lucky and go, I have an idea.
By all means, mate.
I'm just gonna check some of the like baseline costs for some of the things that you are working
I
towards.
kind of lean back to Lucky and go, wouldn't it be great if we had the scissor lift activate in such a way that it can pick up the mech and bring it into the slot so that we can work on it?
Oh yeah, good idea.
I thought so.
Okay. He gives everything once over and says, "Look, buddies, y'all got some expensive appetites, I must say. I'd maybe be prepared to let go of this stuff for like 80 grand."
70.
Oh. Is it time to haggle? With a robot, no less. Wow, that certainly does make my day.
I am a VI, and I have been discussed on how to haggle.
Interesting. Who would do that? Huh.
It's an insistence of my wife. She reckons I'm not that great with money, so she got the robot to do it for me.
Well,
70 grand and a high five.
I'm not gonna judge, but I'm gonna have to insist upon 75. Have you seen what's going on here? It's pretty in depth.
Calculating. $75,000 credits. Acceptable.
Do you concur with this robot, Mr. Kelly?
In this instance, the wife and the robot speak as one, and I know she'll kill me if I don't agree with it, so I'm gonna have to agree with it.
Not allowed to talk during haggling processes.
You see what I mean?
I mean, I'm not going to judge, and I mean, I'm game if you are. It's a deal.
Beaming you 75,000 credits.
Okay. He
I am now bankrupt.
What? Was that all of your money?
Pretty much.
God.
I've only got like 4,900 credits left.
It's alright, man. I got you.
Okay.
You're a mech, man.
You send over the money. He like hovers up in his chair so that his head is like at the same height as yours, Lockie. Exchange like a firm hand, and he says, "Now, y'all want some help to like organize this more efficiently? If you're driving somewhere, some of this stuff's gonna fall off."
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some help.
All right, sure. And like he spends a good half an hour with you,
Oh
like
God, Chris, you need to mute yourself.
so he helps you unpack the trailer, put like the bike, the scissor lift, and the mech body on first, and then just like pile the smaller pieces around it. He gives you like a tarp and some rope for free, covers the load, and it's like it's very much akin to like how the Grinch Stole Christmas, where it's just like a massive thing, barely held together by the tarps. pulled over it, but
How
you
lucky got Christmas.
How lucky got Christmas.
How lucky made Christmas.
So he is quite happy to have made this deal with you, and as the sun goes down, as you pull out of his lot, he waves you goodbye and is pleased to have a deal well struck.
Pleasure, mate. We might come by some other time.
I'll be seeing you then. Okay, you guys have successfully obtained some good stuff. Now, for the conclusion to this session, because I have got to go at 10, because I will only be able to get 6 hours of sleep, because I have to be awake at 4, we are going to jump over to Catalina and Mordeau. I suspect the two of you may have some reconnaissance in mind, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, okay. Yes. I don't know if that's anything that really needs talking, or maybe some roles?
Yes, it's essentially, what kind of skills do you think that the two of you are going to be levying? Because Catalina, you can almost fully reset your system strain over the course of the week of waiting for them to drop the lockdown.
Not if she leaves the house, though.
Yes, but it's just like if you just don't use your powers for a week, it'll go down by 7, and it'll give you more play for going on these reconnaissance missions.
Not that it matters. Oh, Chris dropped out. He'll be back. Not that it matters necessarily, because I have a permanent 2 base.
Ah, right. Yes.
For my thing and my thing. That way.
What's the this? I'm forgetting.
Her blade, her blades,
Yeah.
and her implant for the iron.
Yes. Yeah, yes.
She hasn't had her eyes put back in, which is something she'd like done. But her eye.
Who's she yelling
implants,
at? Jesus.
Sorry. Her eye implants are back on the Milan.
So good.
Or did they bring him with? Did she put in the shuttle?
If you wanted to, you could have done.
Okay. Well, she would in this week organize to get those eye implants done early in the week.
That might be a challenge, considering that you need a properly registered surgeon. So if you want, you can try and reach out and find a shady qualified individual to do it for you.
She'd be going through Sparks and Ava.
Yeah.
To find someone. She wouldn't be going through the normal channels.
Okay.
Sorry, the public channel. She'd be going through.
Yeah. I feel like Sparks of all people knows like a dodgy cyberware doctor who could have those be put back into you. You will have to pay for his time though, unfortunately, to have them put back in your head.
Well, yeah, these ones are the really nondescript ones, the ones she was working on the ship, remember? And she would be finishing those as well.
Sorry?
What skill would that have been?
Post.
It's having. I feel like to properly install cyberware, it's like have at least a 2 in tech medical. It's not an easy thing to do to install cyberware.
I only have a +1.
Unfortunately, it's pretty involved. I mean, if you try and work on it in the future, then all the cost associated with installing and taking out cyberware is going to be gone.
Now, Rory, I want to clarify the whole purpose of the eye implants. Not so much the eye implants, the augments. Was that she wanted it to be as literally nondescript and non-visible as possible.
Of course.
So it still has the same capabilities and function, except that it's practically invisible.
There will likely be something visible, probably akin to what Lockie has, where he has like the small grooves like around his eyes, where the lenses can slide out. But if you want, you can modify it so it's like hidden in your eyebrows. So like the lenses can like drop out of your at like a space that opens up in your eyebrows, and you can then go, okay, I can see now. It'll look a lot cooler than I'm doing with my hands.
No, she doesn't mind if it's like 2 little like grooves on the side of her face. Like, I mean,
Okay.
that's fine. But the point was that unless you're really looking for it, it's like she's metal and covered in tattoos anyway. Like,
Yeah, sure.
as long as it's not
It'll.
going to stand out among that. So it's not like
Yeah.
got like wires everywhere, and not like her old ones, which were like chunky because they replaced her
Yeah.
entire eyes.
Well, it'll cost you 7,500 credits for this individual to install them, and you probably won't have to go anywhere. You can probably arrange to use the morgue in the old folks' home, or like the temporary dead person storage area that's sterile.
She will do that, but she will make sure Charles is present for the entire operation because she trusts nobody.
Of course. So, Charles, you tear yourself away from diabolical machinations to observe the surgery.
I'm not diabolical at all.
If he does
Yes.
anything suspicious, you shoot him immediately. She says to Charles while staring the guy in the eye. Real like.
Can I just like reach into his chest, grab his heart, and squeeze it until it pops?
If it makes you
So-
happy, as long as these implants
So-
go in,
So,
and nothing
just
else.
so just for context, the guy who has walked in is in his late 60s.
Just use
He's
your
like-
to turn off his pacemaker.
He's like
He's just had a heart attack at hearing that and died.
he's like 5 feet tall. Is almost bald. Like shuffles in with a hospital bag, and they're like, "What am I doing? Oh, eye implants. I got you." And he's like the least threatening man you've ever seen.
Okay.
The thing is, the moment he walks in, I'm like, I look at Catalina, I'm like, are you sure about him?
That's what you're here
Like-
for. I trust Sparks.
It's more the fact of-
but-
He's a surgeon. I don't trust the shakes.
He like as you like mock him, pulls out his like antiquated stethoscope and like snaps you over the knuckles with the small end, and is like, "I'll have you know, Sonny, I was performing surgeries before you were born. Now get away."
She will give him the implant that she wants done. Also, there are some other modifications she would have liked to have made to it, but I don't remember what they were.
Mm-hmm.
So I will talk to you about that later, and we can figure that out. But for now, we'll
Of
pretend
course.
they don't exist.
So
How much was it again? 7,000 something?
7,500.
Yeah.
For his services.
Oh, that means I have to do maths.
Oh, Muffin.
Did you just call him Muffin?
I did.
Got a possum instead.
I'm being condescending. Are you doing like a smartwatch calculator?
Maybe.
You have a computer. Use that calculator.
That requires more effort, I'll tell you now.
Okay.
This was handy.
Regardless, you do the thing. Your eye implants are put in, and after the better part of a week of recovery time, you are back on your game. Record another permanent point of system strain for having them installed.
I was gonna say,
And-
as soon as her surgery was done, I was basically just gonna walk over and just be like, and everything else is healed.
Hmm.
And then she'll
It's
go on
Charles. It's what he
reconnaissance.
would do.
Yeah, basically.
And
He'd
then
be
she'll
like,
go on reconnaissance.
healed.
I'm sorry to interject all of that, like, just sort of randomly, but it's a thing that she wanted to get done and to happen, and just it hasn't come up, that's all.
All good. So, there is a nondescript police-esque vehicle. Actually, you know what? Once Lockie and Pym get back, you can probably like use the red hatchback as your observation vehicle or things like that. Just like cruise around the neighborhood where
I'm designing
where he works.
Just so you know, Chris, Catalina and Mordeau are going out doing reconnaissance and tactics for the location.
Send my drone, but I've got other stuff to work on myself.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, you, Catalina, are just cruising around in the car, accompanied by a slight shimmer and a gentle whir in the passenger seat. And then you pull up, like, place a call to Mordeau and go, "We're here." And then he goes, "Okay," like flies the drone out the passenger window.
Be more
And-
like, yeah, I know, I can see through the drone.
Okay, so
She was- Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure what. You know what? Whatever. Okay, good to know. Get to work.
Catalina, please roll me like tactics or perception or both if you like. Same with you, Mordeau.
Oh. Tactics, intelligence.
Yes.
That's a 6.
Well, shucks.
My tactics is 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a 10 for perception. Apparently,
Okay.
I see everything, but I have no idea on tactics.
My
That's just-
perception is a 3.
Okay, so you kind of work together over the various days and probably weeks that you are observing this man's house, probably accompanied by the occasional intrusive visit by by Dimitri. In fact, Dimitri, can you also roll me perception, as you will more than likely accompany Catalina on some of these runs and send in Arnold to help.
Catalina would probably also
Oh.
ask Ava for some tactics advice as well,
Fair enough.
since she's the tactician of the group.
So as you're observing all this, the main takeaway you get is that he is very particular about how he runs his household and keeps his staff. Everybody who works for him lives on the grounds with him. You don't see anybody leave the estate and not come back a few hours later having achieved their job. He seems perhaps unnervingly paranoid about what his staff can and can't do, which makes sense considering the fact that he has brainwashed at least one of them.
They're all, yeah, he's a psychopath.
So that is at least one unfortunate facet you notice. But to make a long story short, with your combined roles and general stick-to-itiveness of this work, you realize a few weeks in that something is a little bit different on one of your runs. You pull up and see that there is a white van with a logo painted on the side, parked in his driveway, and see that Jakob is currently in a meeting with a catering company.
It looks like we're going to a party.
So it seems. Any way to find out what? Can you listen into conversation from here?
Absolutely.
Yes, you can. So the drone gets into range, and you are able to hear and read their expressions from an alarmingly long way away. And so the main takeaway from the exchange is that in 2 weeks' time, Jakob is going to be hosting a formal gathering. It's going to include being like a pool party and like just a regular old hangout for some of his rich and well-to-do friends, and he needs additional staff to supplement his own to be able to like prepare the food, have more wait staff, have bar staff, things like that, just to help everything run smoothly. So he is contracting a company called Finest Foods Catering, which is helmed by a chef that I feel like Catalina, you might recognize from your time on this planet. He potentially appeared on television. His name is Rahim Ebdel, but he goes by the Supreme, and is like quintessential, a very talented but kind of arrogant, like a culinary type, thinks very highly of himself, and the main exchange being had is him just going, I have all these wonderful ideas, and Hannah going, yes, I'm sure it'll go very well. How much money do you want? I've got other things to be doing.
What was his name again?
The chef's name is Rahim Abdel. He goes by the Supreme most often than not.
No, how do you spell that?
Rahim
Rahim. Yep.
Abdel.
Okay.
So
What was the
basically,
party
he's
for?
just Jamie Oliver
Sorry,
during space.
I just realized my brain didn't remember to maintain that information.
Just a general rich person party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the party is, we are rich and want to have a good time. And perhaps it'll be schmoozing with other senators, maybe just his neighbors, like researchers, business associates, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so you are able to see that Hannah wants this done, but doesn't seem to be paying a lot of attention to the details, because that's what he's paying this chef for. So he's like, okay, I'm fine with all of that. That sounds delicious. Yes, please blow our minds. Here's some money. And then after like a 10-minute conversation of him trying his best to be polite, he basically does the equivalent of sliding a blank check across the table, and then he leaves.
Okay.
In fact, I think you would notice something noteworthy in that as well, Mordeau, is when he leaves, he walks to the elevator in the house, and then he just disappears. You check the parts of the house you can see, and he doesn't appear to be in the house anymore.
Looks like that elevator goes underground, which was pretty expected, honestly.
It was our suspicions as well. It's good to know we are not wrong.
He seemed like he was in a hurry, though.
Duh.
Which is good. When people rush, they make mistakes.
That's true. He did give us some very good information just now.
Anyway, sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off for a sec. And I just...
Well, I guess it's just you and me, robot. She says very facetiously, and before proceeding to go back to her observations.
Okay. Now,
just sort of spins in a circle and follows you.
Mm-hmm. So finally, Mordeau, what are you working on in this period of downtime?
I'm looking for a weapons dealer.
Okay. Please roll me a culture criminal as you are reaching out with your contacts.
Oh, there goes my dice everywhere.
Oh no.
Not terrible. I rolled 9 on the dice. Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thomas. What's culture criminal?
I think it's 0 for you.
Yeah. It's a 0, but intelligence?
Intelligence or charisma, whether or not you know a guy or can use your wiles to find a guy.
Use intelligence, so that's a 10. Actually,
Cool.
That's pretty good. I thought it was crap, but
you are able to reach out to the big guy, if you recall, the unofficial proprietor of the Fall of Grace nightclub, who Dimitri had a very amorous encounter with previously.
Oh, yeah. Would I have dealt with the big guy once before?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right.
We
when
have.
I go,
Remember when we? Oh
Everybody
wait,
has
no,
different
sorry.
no, Thomas, not.
Right, it's okay. I caught up. My brain was just slow. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Hey, big guy.
Yes, darling. How can I help you?
Please don't do that.
You love it.
You know I do. He's obviously in jest for that.
Mhm.
And it goes to just crap shooting talk with them both one-upping each other with increasing ridiculous stories that both of them know is bullshit.
But he loves the attention and the banter, so you are pandering to his personality to a T.
Look, talking about touching people, I need something that can reach out.
You wish to reach out and touch somebody?
Yeah, from quite a distance, probably a couple of kilometers.
Good heavens. Oh, I remember you now. You're that sniper.
That'd be me.
Ah, yes. I was expecting this to be a very long-winded booty call. This is better.
I'm surprised you didn't catch on earlier. I was obviously taking the piss.
I'm very drunk.
Ah, I see. Oh, hey, speaking of drugs, is your friend there too?
Oh, he's around. Hey, is he? Yes, he's in the back.
Excellent. I'm after some Requeen.
Are you now?
Hmm.
What a pretty
And-
high ticket item.
Some high caliber rounds for a probably 50 cal, something that can go through a wall.
Oh my. I can reach out to some friends. I have some interplanetary dealers in town over the next few days. Can I ask how many you're hoping to buy and how much you're prepared to spend?
Probably not many. Something in the realm of 4 to 5.
So,
As for expense,
yes.
well, I don't care as long as they're effective.
That's what I like to hear. So a nice small personal order. I'm sure I'm sure I can arrange that. And the drug?
Yeah, one would be fine. Enough
Just
for a
one?
good 10 minutes to an hour.
Of course. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna double check the prices on that drug. Oh God, my notes are all over the place. No. What did I do? Fine, I'll check the book like a peasant. I turned to a page called Creating Problems. How have I not found that before?
Hang on, I've got the rulebook up at the moment too, so I'll quickly run down. Start it.
Oh, here we go. Revere.
I think it's Revere.
Yeah, it costs 100 credits a dose. So.
Oh, fucking ace! I'll buy 5.
Okay. He says, "Oh, well, I'm sure that can be arranged. It'll take us some time to reach out. That's not normally the regular kind of party drug my friend will have, but he knows some people. I'm sure you understand."
Oh, trust me, it'll be a decent party.
Absolutely. Where would you like us to drop it for you? The usual place?
Yeah, that'll do.
Of course. I will make the arrangements. Make sure you have the Kincash or Hammernickel.
Excellent. As for the rounds, I'm happy to go about $10,000 a pop.
All right then. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent.
All right. I will call you later.
Have a lovely night. Here's hoping
Lovely.
your actual booty calls.
Oh, I plan on it. He hangs up.
Ed, under my breath, you just mutter, cabron.
2 minutes later, Dimitri, you get a text that just says, "Hey baby, you up?"
I text back. Maybe. I'm awake, but not necessarily up yet.
I can change that, he says.
Ooh.
And so I think with that flirtatious pretense out of the way, I think now's a good point to like properly bring the session to a close. Chris, we can discuss the details of the bullets you're acquiring, but the drugs you get are acquired and at like 1.5 times market value because they're illegal. So it's 750 credits a dose.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. And so you could have five doses of that drug dropped off. We'll figure the rest out later. And yeah.
Wait, 150, you mean, not 750?
Oh, yeah, sure. Brain.
Sorry.
That's all good. I was doing like the total. No. Yeah. Yes. The total is 750. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
All good. So, and with that in mind, everybody, I hope I've given you all a lot to think about. Lockie, Ash, by all means, please feel free to familiarize yourself with the mech section of the revised rule book. I'm sure you can do some geeking out with
Oh, yes.
Mikhail.
Slightly terrifying what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I fucked up and confused Darius's money for Thomas's. How much was I supposed to start with?
I gave you some money.
Yeah, how much was it? Because I think I've accidentally edited the wrong one and I'm confused now.
I gave you 62,000 to start because
cool.
I just rolled some dice.
I fixed it now. So
All good.
sorry about that.
No problem. You're good. Alice, you can ponder the kind of shenanigans you can pull off with there being a party going on. Perhaps you can try and infiltrate the catering staff or just infiltrate the party. But that seems like a really, really promising lead to get into this guy's house.
That would be the normal shindig that they would pull anyway. That is literally
Exactly.
what she would normally do for any of their, pardon me, their missions back when she used to do shit on this planet. Was basically be part of the hired help.
Yeah.
And run under the radar while someone else played the front and center.
Yeah. Christian, you have an in at a decently respectable spike drive research and manufacturing laboratory, and we'll figure out the watch later because I'm going to be getting less than 6 hours of sleep tonight and I want to go to bed.
Oh, no, I was going to say,
that's good.
I was just going to ask whether that was a thing that's going to just happen, or do you want to play it out? So I guess play it out next time.
It can come up a bit later, but right now I would like to go to bed.
Guten
Yeah.
Tag.
So yes,
Thanks
we will
everyone
see.
for joining.
So who are we rating?
Sorry
Indeed.
about the technical problems. If there's any story stuff that people are confused by, just let us know. We're happy to fill you in.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did a dumb. I don't know how it happened because I swear I pressed the button, but I don't. I've had a lot on my mind. A lot.
It's all good.
Quick question.
Yes.
Being that the information that came out of Papadias about me going all Super Saiyan and stuff was fairly freely available on the Space Web, would that news have reached Elfdus by now?
Oh, most assuredly.
Oh, fuck.
Look, you dicked on Dotak. He wanted revenge. This was easy.
Dotak dicked on us first.
He had a plan. You were like pawns.
He was a dick, and now I'm going to have to destroy him.
You've said that multiple times.
Yes, but if
I'm
I
still
actually
waiting.
get this plan working that I've got at the moment, just drop spike drives on the motherfucker. Let's see how he does then.
Oh, what have I done?
Scream 2.0. Whee!
You did not want to be responsible for a second scream.
You know what? It's going to get to a point where it wouldn't be unrealistic for the rest of us to just become psychics from our exposure to Charles
To
and
me?
his explosions. Yeah. All right. So we're rating the game
the
stormers.
entire system.
Yes, let's rate the game stormers.
All right.
Sure.
Done. Have a good night,
Yeah,
guys.
buddy.
Thanks for joining us.
Good
and we'll
night.
see you
Good
next
night.
week.
Bye.